Good job over there. Thank you. Let me introduce these guys real quickly to you. I'll start over here in the toy department. Those of you that know what it's like to take small children to church, you got to give them things to play with or color on or do so they don't bother you during the service. Well, this stuff does all the same thing. See, about half these buttons don't work, but he doesn't know which half. So he doesn't bother me during the service with lots of questions and things. Actually, we're real proud of Tom. He called me this last week and he said, "Rick, I just completed my first ever puzzle." Yep. I said, "Well, that's wonderful, Tom. How long did it take?" He said, "About 2 weeks." I said, "Well, is that good?" So you better believe it. On the box it said 2 to 4 years. Now, Tom's been around gospel music for a number of years. He played piano for the Regents Quartet for about 11 years. In fact, the first time I saw him, he was 16 years old, had to sit on 3 phone books to get all the way up to the keyboard. Well, now he's 27. We got him down to 1 white pages. I think that's pretty good. His name's Tom Moore. How about it for Tommy? Over on the other end, singing the ladies' part. This is another longtime member of the Regents Quartet. I got to tell you a story. We quite often will sing on Sunday. We'll be in one city on Sunday morning and another city on Sunday night. And we usually try to find some time in the afternoon for some recreation. And we were doing that this last summer, and it almost turned into a terrible tragedy. Murney here got drugged by a horse. I mean, if the manager of the Kmart hadn't come out and unplugged it, he might have got hurt. Now, Murney was the first guy we went to get sing tenor for us after 13 other guys said no. But we were glad to have him. He'd been retired from the Regents for a couple of years and was working. He's a CPA, certified parking attendant, right over here in Cerritos. He was working in his business, and I called over to his house one day and got a hold of his wife, Elta, and I said, "Elta, would you mind if we took Murney?" And Elta, you got more fans here than we do, I think. I said, "Elta, would you mind if we took Murney and went and did some quartet work on the weekends?" She said, "By all means. In fact, you can come pick him up right now if you'd like." So his name's Murney Metzler. How about it for Murney? Well, there's a few folks who are getting refunds this year, I can tell that. Greg here is my partner in this thing. He and I worked together for about 8 years and 450-some concerts in the Watchman Quartet. It was Greg's idea to put this group together in May of 1992. He gave me a call and said, "I think we ought to start our own group." He did leave out one very important part, though. He forgot to tell me we were putting all this stuff on my credit card. So I don't know how that works. He's debt-free, and I'm in it up to here. Greg's runs a combination glass and screen shop out in Riverside. In fact, he's done a number of interesting businesses. I think my personal favorite was the time he ran the combination veterinary hospital and taxidermy service. Yeah, they had a sign in there that says, "No matter what happens, you're going to get your dog back." That's right. It was the Christian thing to do. His name's Greg Brandt. How about it for Greg? Tell you what, Greg, why don't you go ahead and introduce your favorite bass singer? Go ahead.
I'd love to, but he's not here. Let me say that he is, without a doubt, the most organized person that you will ever meet, and easily the most well-dressed in our group. And I guarantee you that he is the smartest, most intelligent member of our quartet.
Don't stop there, keep.
And I could go on and on raving about myself.
That's good.
You left out some things. Now, you can see that Rick is in good physical condition. And about 9 months ago, his wife went out and bought him a treadmill. And he's been working faithfully for 30 minutes a day, trying to get down to his original weight of 9 pounds and 10 ounces. Rick has been in Southern gospel music for 22 years, and we've stood side by side for 13 of those years. And it just so happens that the entire Moore family is loaded with musical talent. And Rick is no exception. Please welcome our bass singing manager, Rick Moore.